All right, hey everybody. Good afternoon. David Taylor. You know what you are? You're a piece of shit. All right, this is going to be a quick update on the court case today. I just took a few notes. So we'll start with, at one point there was a motion to quash a subpoena to third-party records, which would be B of A. The judge overruled that, said those documents have to be produced, but there has to be, the two parties have to write a 5-page brief on records to be subpoenaed. So they want the B of A records because David filed a counterclaim against the residential center saying that he did upgrades and, you know, did repairs and maintenances and things on the pool. Ultimately, what's happened though is through everything, they have produced absolutely zero records to back up any kind of work that's been done. All they have is a spreadsheet on Excel, or I don't know, whatever the case is. I don't know who's doing their bookkeeping. Hard to believe, you know, it's such a fucking huge scam right now. Things are going to start coming to light. So all they have is this spreadsheet that's been produced by the ministry, but there's no supporting evidence, no receipts, no invoices that have been produced to back up this information that David has actually done the work. Just this spreadsheet. So that was one of the things that hasn't been produced, okay? One thing that was kind of discussed too, you know, I'm not going to discuss that because of that, anyways, I won't bring that up. 14 days on the records. The tax returns are there. The Harold Lewis's attorneys have the tax returns. I have, let's see. And basically what I heard was being said was that apparently they couldn't close on Page because they didn't have the money. But that's hard to believe, David. You were running a fucking full-blown scam, dude. At the time you were buying, this is what happened. At the time you were buying the residential center and you were running that scam, you started to defraud that and you started reneging on that scam, you were buying your Chesterfield house not far down the road, which is a $1.2 million house. Then you were telling Harold Lewis that you couldn't afford to make the payments, but you're buying fucking, you know, Mercedes, sports cars, shit like that, and then saying you couldn't make the payment. So you've produced nothing, David. Harold Lewis has given you all his information. What I found out is that all the information that you have subpoenaed from Harold Lewis, he's given you. But you haven't given them anything because you claim to be a nonprofit church. And, you know, that you didn't have the money to make the payments on the house. But you're a fucking liar, dude. So yeah, your counterclaim is to the cost of the property of what upgrades you did. But without production of those receipts, dude, you ain't got shit but your fucking little, you know, your little self-serving spreadsheet that Michelle probably did, or Ashley, or La Marcia, whoever does your banking, dude. The bank records are relevant. They're gonna be. And at one point when the attorneys, when they were questioning these records, okay, this was really good. I thought this was great. I'm not going to say what attorney was which, but at one point, one of the attorneys wanted the records to go directly to them. The other attorney just kind of laughed at him and said, no, we want those records to go to the special master first, then they can come to us, because we've waited for years for these records with nothing that has been produced except a spreadsheet, with nothing to back up your money, David. If you spent the money, you're going to have to produce invoices and documents and receipts, everything, bank statements. If you want that money back, you're going to have to start producing some bank statements, dude. At one point, the judge even said it sounds like fraud, but he brushed it under the rug real quick because this isn't a fraud case. I was screaming at the top of my fucking lungs because thank you for calling it what it is, Your Honor. We're sitting back here and watching him commit fraud and nothing being done about it. That's why we're here. Let me see what other information I got. Yeah, the judge basically overruled the motion to quash the B of A records. He overruled that and basically is upholding all the judge, pretty much a lot of the stuff the previous judge was going to do. All your statements are going to be relevant in this case, David. That's what's going to come next. That was kind of the gist of it for today. Wasn't there were some really exciting parts, and again, when the judge called fraud, when I heard the judge say fraud, it's like, thank you, judge. We know he's committing fraud. We know it. We have the tax records. We have documents. The only thing we don't have is the bank records to back up his lies. He won't produce those. You won't produce those, David. You're gonna find some way to weasel your way out of it, or you're gonna try and fold something else now. Maybe that's my guess. My guess is you're gonna try and fold this whole KOGGC now and JMMI and David Taylor and all this. You're gonna try and fold these assets somehow. Makes me wonder what you're gonna do with all those cars. Pretty sure you don't have a boat either, but I mean, if I was you, David, I would start selling all your shit. You're gonna need a lot of money right now. You're gonna need money, but the thing is again, Michelle, you changed everything over to Michelle's name. Kingdom of God Global Church is in Michelle's name, which means your Chesterfield house is in Michelle's name. You have nothing on your name. What I also found out too, it looks like there was a bunch of quitclaim deeds done too. Like there's some trusts done. Let me see, here we go. I got it right here. A channel member contacted me and gave me all this information. He's been doing some investigating of his own also, like I have. Probably like a lot of us have, David. So let's see here. We know Michelle is a common denominator. And my context says, as we all know, they have attempted to do magic with all assets connected to David E. Taylor, JMMI, or KOGGC, or whoever they are. Nobody knows who the fuck you are now, dude. It's starting to look like it would take forever to untangle this. Someone should do a connection board and start connecting all the information together to see where it leads. It sure seems like Michelle is the queen here. Ask Michelle. She has all the answers. Let's see. I finally found out your middle name too, Michelle Denise Brannon. Looks like you have a couple addresses in Michigan. But you're in St. Louis right now, so that doesn't matter why you're in Michigan. The only reason to be in Michigan is to be up in Taylor running your cult scam or doing some other bullshit. Some of these, I don't think these are even good addresses anymore here. We did do the deed search. So here's all the information about where you did a quitclaim. There was a quitclaim done 4/14/2020. Party type grantee, grantor. And then there was also one 7/18/2017 for a quitclaim deed. That's about right, because I think you guys closed on the 1302 Wild Horse Meadows in 2018 or 2017 or 2018. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check my source and make sure when you guys closed. I think it was end of 2018 or beginning 2019. So I've done deed searches. I found out all the information about your house. I know it's listed under Kingdom of God Global Church. So that's another lie that, Harold Lewis is going to have to unravel of your guys's. So, again, not much, there was some good stuff today. There was a lot of stuff that I just couldn't get. I kind of picked out what I felt would be good information. But ultimately, all the bank records have to be submitted. David, you're going to have to pull records now. So make sure you got all your lies in order, okay? Let's see, make sure I didn't miss anything. No, let's see. And one thing what was brought up is sympathy among the jurors. about saying that you're a non-for-profit and you didn't have the money to pay all these bills. Getting no sympathy here from me, dude. I knew you had the money. We know you have the money. We know you're broke now. You won't live stream anymore. People are starting to notice that too. You need to come out and, you know, probably greet your followers and let them know that you're still around. Your following's not going to be much bigger anymore, David. You're almost done. Guess what? We're going to move on to the next person after that too. So just be aware. We're going to keep on you until your cult is done and over with, okay? Any questions, you guys? Post them down below. I don't know when the next court case is. I think it's going to be in November or December sometime to select jurors. So this case is going to trial, and we'll see what happens there, you know? We never know what's going to happen with this case. I'm praying for Harold Lewis that everything goes in his favor, and David, you have to pay him fucking every dime back that you scammed him out of. Not to mention the other people that you defrauded too. So, you guys, happy Friday. Any questions? Again, you guys can join the Zoom meeting at any time. If you see nobody's in there, just give me a minute. I'll open it up and we can chat, whatever the case is. But anybody who wants to chat, just the link, you know, I have it in my last video and I'll put it in this one too. So you guys stay safe. Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. David, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm pretty sure your asshole's probably about the size of a fucking penny right now. So just be reminded, I'm still your proctologist, okay? You should be going in for an anal exam pretty soon because you're going to be digging me out of your ass so much still, David, okay? So, again, have a safe Friday, guys. David, you're a piece of shit. Keep running, keep hiding. Keep running your scam. Well, we know you're not running your scam anymore because we're onto you so much you can't. So, just stay hiding. That's best for you right now, okay? That's probably the best thing for you to keep you off the radar, David. Because you will be in front of a judge soon. So, stay up, David. Michelle, all you guys go home. Just walk out the front door of your mansion. Leave David there. Without you guys, he would be nothing. David would be nothing without you guys. David, try and copyright my shirt again. You can't. You know why? Because I got this picture on a public forum, right? And you have no trademark to axe Michelle. So, good job on trying to copyright my channel for that. So, I could imagine you running around that mansion, like just having a temper tantrum like a fucking 3-year-old little girl. I could only imagine that. And the thing was, it wasn't you that copyrighted it. It was Michelle or somebody else because the writing was too good. You're too dumb to write that well. I know you're writing and that wasn't you. That was somebody else. But I still like to know that you're watching my channel and trying to copyright my shit, okay? So, you guys, later. David, you're a piece of shit. You don't believe me? Ask Michelle.